Welcome, guys. Today we're starting the month of Aviv. Actually, we started it yesterday, and it is the month of the Passover, and it is the first month according to the biblical calendar. So we're going to read two verses. We'll do it as we do it always. We'll read it once regularly, once with a tamim, and we'll talk a little bit about the grammar of these verses. And I'll also invite you to a webinar next week about this month of Aviv and the harvest period and the book of Ruth. And let's start by reading as we always do. So here, HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim, rishon hu lachem lechodshei hashana. HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim, Rishon hu lachem lechodshei hashana. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about the grammar here. So we can see hazeh following hachodesh. Hazeh is the demonstrative, the masculine singular demonstrative, zeh, which means this. Okay, and since it functions as a modifier of the noun hachodesh, it has to agree with that noun in gender, which means it is masculine and not feminine. It is ze and not zod. In number, which means it's singular, pretty much like chodesh, which is masculine singular. And it's not ha'ele, and it is definite like hachodesh. And since hachodesh is masculine, singular, definite, the demonstrative functioning in an attributive way, like an adjective, modifying it, this month is also masculine, singular, and definite. Rosh, head, figuratively first, and Rishon, that's the ordinal number first. Rishon hu lachem lechodshei hashana. The ordinal numbers in Hebrew, all the way from 1 through 10, function mostly like adjectives. After 10, the cardinal numbers serve as ordinal numbers. Okay, moving on to the second verse about the month of Aviv. Shamor et chodesh ha'aviv, ve'asita pesach ladonai Elohecha. Ki bechodesh ha'aviv hotzi'acha Adonai Elohecha mimitzrayim laila. And now with a melody. Shamor et chodesh ha'aviv ve'asita pesach ladonai Elohecha ki bechodesh ha'aviv hotzi'acha Adonai Elohecha mimitzrayim laila. Sorry if my singing is not as good. I'm just recovering from COVID-19 for the second time. Shamor, here is the infinitive absolute, functioning as a general command. You shall keep, but the form itself is infinitive absolute. Okay, that's shamor, followed by a sequence of vekatal verbs. In this case, ve'asita, just one. So shamor ve'asita, you shall keep the month of Aviv, and you shall do the Pesach. Pesach, what is Pesach? Oh, we'll talk about what is Pesach in the webinar next Tuesday. So join me then. Let's see why you should do the Pesach and keep the Chodesh Aviv. Because in the month of Aviv, the Lord brought you from Egypt at night. That's very interesting. Other verses say that you should not leave the house until morning. So was the Exodus at night? Was it at the morning? Good question. I don't know if we'll get to that in the webinar, but definitely a good question. And I will see you in the webinar. The link for registration is at the description of this video or will be sent to you separately.